about it. I think a lot of times he's dirty with fighters that, he's way physically stronger than. With Ugas, he wasn't, dirty like that. And with Danny Garcia, he wasn't dirty like that either. So I think, fighters that he can just push around, he gets real dirty with him like how he did, Andre Berto. So I'm not really concerned with, his dirty tactics.
If you know, you know. Now, if you already know that Errol Spence is one of the most completed fighters in the game, then this should be a no surprise. You should already know this. So, Errol Spence, as y'all heard in the clip, he stated that Shawn Porter, yes, he's physically strong, but he only miles his opponent if he has a size advantage and they not as physically strong as him. Now, I could peep that Errol Spence is a very intelligent fighter just based on the things he say and what he sees in the boxing ring or when he watch fights. Not too long ago, Kenny Porter came out stating that Errol Spence needed to fight guys his size. However, last time I checked, Shawn Porter fought at 168 as a pro, fought at 160 as a pro, and he also fought at 154, then settled down at 147. Now, I know some people might be surprised because normally a fighter will move up in weight and you have Shawn Porter moving down in weight. That was because Shawn Porter used to play football and he was too big for his reach and height. So they decided to cut weight and move down to 147, which was a smart idea. Now, who is a weight bully? Is it Errol Spence, the guy who fought at 147 his whole career? Or Shawn Porter, who had to move down in weight and make 147 throughout his pro career? And we all know Errol Spence never struggles to make 147. At least he never have to weigh in twice like Shawn Porter do. Now, that being said, I just wanted to point that out because Errol Spence stated that Shawn Porter, he miles people. However, is also dependent on his opponent. Y'all remember when Shawn Porter fought Paulie? Y'all saw what Shawn Porter did to Paulie? He bullied him. He was throwing him around the ring. At one point, I thought he was about to throw him across the ring. But to his credit, he came out boxing Paulie. He was actually landing more jabs on Paulie than Paulie was landing on him. He was outboxing Paulie early. Then he just decided to bully him and get him out of there. And at one point, he almost knocked him outside of the ring. So I point that out and I use Paulie as an example because Paulie Malignaggi was a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but he was a small welterweight and didn't have much power. And Shawn Porter did that even to a Devin Alexander. But when he fought Ugas, he couldn't bully Ugas around the ring. And matter of fact, Ugas even got the better of Shawn Porter in the inside. And Shawn Porter had to rely on his boxing skill and athletic ability and try to just outbox Ugas. Because Ugas was very physically strong and big for the welterweight division, just like Shawn Porter. So that's what Errol Spence is referring to, and that's what he's pointing out. And the fact that Errol Spence is one of the most completed fighters in the game, he could fight in the inside, he could fight mid-range, he could fight in the outside, and he has one of the best positioning in boxing. Positioning is one of the main factors in the sport of boxing. You position your body in the right position, you could land a punch and you could avoid a punch. You will have an easier time doing so. So the fact that Errol Spence is so great at doing that, I see him taking control of the inside fighting if he have to. Obviously, Errol Spence will prefer to box against Shawn Porter, but if it's a dirty fight and Errol Spence has to get dirty with Shawn Porter, I believe he's able to do so. And he could fight in the inside as well, like I stated. I mean, Shawn Porter, he's talking about, can Errol Spence go hard 12 rounds? But my question is, can Shawn Porter withstand Errol Spence for 12 rounds? Because Errol Spence throws 1,000 punches in a fight. Against Mikey Garcia, he threw more than 1,000 punches. So that being said, you give Errol Spence an easy target and you keep coming to him. I mean, you're going to be vulnerable for a lot of counters. And obviously, Errol Spence is so great at controlling his opponent. Shawn Porter going to have a hard time. Now, in my opinion, the early rounds are going to be very close because obviously they're going to be filling each other out. And Errol Spence is going to gauge Shawn Porter and see what he's bringing to the table. Then after that, I believe he will make the right adjustments and win the fight. It might take Errol 3 to 4 rounds to figure out Shawn Porter. However, after that, I believe he will start landing clean punches on Shawn, and Shawn Porter going to think twice before coming inside. And even if he's inside, I remember when Errol Spence was fighting Kell Brook. Remember, Kell Brook was able to smother Shawn Porter in the inside. However, he wasn't able to smother Errol Spence in the inside. Errol Spence knows how to push his opponent off and create the right distance to land inside punches, especially to the body. And people seem to sleep on Errol Spence inside fighting. Like I said, yeah, he's a youngin'. However, he's a veteran in the ring when it comes to his tactics. So even though Shawn Porter, when he's in the inside, he knows how to fight in the inside and use his size, but he smothers a lot of his shots. However, Errol Spence, he creates the right distance in order to land the effective punches that he wanted to without wasting a lot of stamina. So I believe that's the main difference, and that's what's going to get Errol Spence the win or maybe the knockout. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumber by the second, don't listen to these casual fans. Follow Lunatune Boxing for the funniest boxing memes. Follow me at Aki TV on Instagram and YouTube. All the links will be in the description box below. Click on the notification bell to get notified every time we go live and to be continued on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we out.